Imagine this, a village scarred by war where the air is thick with dust and fear. The buildings stand as hollow shells, their windows shattered, their walls pockmarked by bullets and explosions. The streets, once filled with laughter and life, now echo only with the distant rumble of artillery and the hurried footsteps of those seeking shelter. In the basements, families huddle together, clutching faded photographs and fragments of a life that feels impossibly far away. Every day is a struggle to survive, and every night brings new uncertainty. In a place like this, hope feels like a luxury nobody can afford. The people move through their days with heavy hearts and empty hands, their faces etched with worry and exhaustion. The world outside seems to have forgotten them, and the future is a question mark that no one dares to answer. But even in the darkest times, a glimmer of hope can find its way through the cracks. Sometimes, it arrives in the most unexpected forms, like sunlight breaking through the rubble, casting a golden glow on a world that desperately needs it. In the middle of all this chaos, something incredible is quietly unfolding. Meet Blue, a scruffy little pigeon with a patch of white feathers on her wing. She's not much to look at, just another bird in a city full of them. Her feathers are ruffled, her eyes alert, and she moves with a cautious determination that belies her small size. Blue isn't a soldier, she doesn't wear a uniform, she's not armed, and she's definitely not on anyone's list of heroes. To most, she's just another ordinary pigeon, blending into the background of a city at war. But Blue? She's about to change everything in ways no one could have predicted. Sometimes, the most unremarkable creatures can become the bearers of extraordinary hope. One morning, as the thunder of artillery echoes across the valley, a young girl named Mila stumbles upon Blue, trapped beneath a pile of rubble near her shattered home. Mila's hands tremble as she gently lifts the frightened bird, her own heart pounding with fear and compassion. Mila frees Blue, offers her a few precious drops of water and, almost as a joke, almost as a desperate wish, ties a note to Blue's leg. The message is simple, but it carries the weight of every soul in the village. "We're still here. We're scared. Please help us." Mila doesn't know if anyone will ever read it, but in that moment it's all she can do. With a trembling hand and a silent prayer, Mila lets Blue fly. The bird hesitates for a moment, then takes to the sky, her wings beating against the wind as she disappears into the gray morning. Pigeons don't have a sense of duty or destiny. They don't understand war or peace. All they know is how to find their way home, guided by instincts older than memory itself. But Blue's home isn't this battered village. Her true home lies miles away, across enemy lines, in a quiet town where an old man named Ivan keeps a rooftop coop. Ivan has raised pigeons all his life, finding comfort in their gentle cooing and the steady rhythm of their wings. Blue arrives at Ivan's rooftop exhausted, but unbroken. Ivan notices the unfamiliar bird, and as he gently cradles her, he discovers Mila's note tied to her leg. His hands shake as he reads the desperate plea, and he knows at once what he must do. Ivan shares the message with the local resistance. The news spreads quickly. There are survivors in the village, people who need help, people who refuse to give up. The note becomes a rallying cry, a spark that ignites action and compassion. What happens next is nothing short of miraculous. Supplies begin to arrive: food, medicine, blankets, and hope. The villagers, once forgotten, now find themselves remembered and cared for by strangers who heard their silent call. And Blue, she becomes a lifeline. Night after night, she carries messages between the village and the outside world, her small body braving the dangers of the sky. Each note she delivers is a thread connecting people across the divide, a whisper of hope in the darkness. With every flight, every message, Blue lifts the spirits of the villagers a little higher. Smiles return to faces that had forgotten how to hope. Children laugh again, and families dare to dream of a future beyond the war. The villagers begin to believe, maybe, just maybe, they're not alone after all. They gather together, lighting candles in the darkness, standing in unity and defiance against the fear that once held them captive. It's funny, when we think of heroes in history, we picture leaders, inventors, warriors. We imagine grand gestures and famous names etched in stone. But sometimes, heroism comes in the quietest forms, in the smallest acts of courage. Sometimes, it's a tiny bird with battered wings who reminds us of something bigger. Blue's journey is a testament to the power of hope, and to the idea that even the smallest among us can make a difference. Even the smallest wings can carry big hope. Blue's flights are a symbol, a reminder that hope can travel great distances, crossing barriers that seem impossible. So next time you see a pigeon on your windowsill, maybe give it a second look. Behind those watchful eyes and ruffled feathers, there might be a story waiting to be told, a story of courage, resilience, and the quiet power of hope. You never know whose life it might change, or already has. In a world that often feels divided and uncertain, remember blue, and remember that hope can come from the most unexpected places.